Well, I want to win a championship, again, and I've said this, and I really mean it. I'm happier for the people here than really for myself, because it doesn't take a lot for me to be happy. You know, as long as I got something to do every day and can, you know, jog a little bit and eat food, I'm good. But I'm happy for the players because they work extremely hard. I'm happy for the Board of Regents, the administration, the fans, the people that have lived here and been in this state and been Cowboy fans for 50 years that can hold their head high. I'm really as happy or more for them than myself because I'm here every day. I live it. I see it. I don't feel like I ever have to go to work. So, but I'm thrilled that we're in this situation. You know, to not put it aside, I'd much rather be answering these questions than be sitting here and not have won any games and wondering if we're going to be any good this year.
When Terry Dunn Phillips used to beg fans to come here and tailgate, you'd have 3,000 or 4,000 fans who would tailgate for home games. Did you ever think you'd see 20,000 to 30,000 consistently out of your tailgate? You know,
I don't honestly, Bill. No. And here's why, because I played here in 1988 and we had the best college football player, in my opinion, to ever play the game. And we played a home game here at the end of my senior year or my junior year, and there was about 32,000 people here. I would have just come to watch him. Honestly, no. I don't know how many people tailgate here now. Kyle, how many?
20 to 30,000.
Yeah, so I know you can't get parking. I can't get my wife a parking spot. Coach Holder takes it and gives it to donors, which is the right thing to do. But it's a good thing when you have those issues that you cannot get parking, and there's a lot of people here. The game day in this community is so much different than it ever has been, and there's been a lot of people contribute to it. You know, I go back to the people at the top all the way down to where we're at are Oklahoma State people, and they care about the university. And when you have that in effect, then obviously good things are going to happen.
Mike, you guys just played Louisiana last season, but with the coaching change they've had down there, are they a little bit of a mystery coming up opening weekend?
They are. You know, and obviously I read about them and have a lot of respect for what they're doing. They're coaching their guys hard. You know, they're running sprints before practice and after practice. They're going to come in here in shape, and there's a new attitude, a new approach when you have a staff like that. And so our players understand that. They've been told that essentially they're going to come in here and they could care less what we did last year. And by us having all this preseason hype and being ranked 8th or 9th in the country, that just throws fuel on their fire. And so gives them something really to work for. So our players have been made aware of that. Our coaches have been made aware of that. And, yeah, I mean, I think we have a decent idea of what they're going to do on both sides of the ball, but you don't really know. They could show up in something and it wouldn't surprise us. So, you know, your approach to a game like this, or I should say our approach to a game like this, is to play sound base defense and run to the ball and tackle, and offensively get the ball in the hands of the guys that can win the game for you. And you got to go from there.
Have you used it all for motivation, the fact that they led your team last year at halftime?
They know that, you know, and it's been printed and talked about, and I think they're aware of that. And you know, that's the risk you take in college football now with all the parity out there. You know, you have a couple series where you don't play well, turn it over a time or two, they make a couple big plays, and you can turn around, you can be behind real quick. So hopefully, with what's out there and everything they read and they hear, that they understand the importance of starting fast and playing well early in the game.
And Mike, among first-year players, freshmen with a bit of a wow factor to them, is Josh Stewart at or near the top of that list? And if so, when did you notice the wow factor?
Well, he's certainly near the top pretty early. Well, he's only out there a couple days, and he was making some plays that got everybody's attention. You know, we've had media that's watched practice, and people want to know who was originally number 9. They changed his number to 5, and I didn't know it, so I thought we had 2 guys that were making plays. And then I realized that they changed him from 9 to 5, so that was kind of a downer for me. But I was asking who 5 was, and they said that's Stewart. He changed numbers. But yeah, it wasn't long. A couple days into practice, he was making a lot of plays.
Mike, it wasn't too long ago that if you played 6 to 8 freshmen or more, it would be because you had to. Mm-hmm. Now you have such recruiting that the talent level is so high that you get to play those guys because you really can't deny them. How different is it now?
Well, it's different, and I think everybody has a different look across the country. We feel like that in a what could be a 13-game schedule, total number of 70 plays a game on offense and defense. You have 140 by 13 if you add those numbers up. Well, now you take 90 on offense, 90 on defense on somewhat of an average, and you times that times 13, you get those total number of plays. Well, you only have 11 players on the field, and those guys, somebody's got to play those plays. So you have to increase the number of players that play during those games to keep guys from getting fatigued, getting run down, and becoming more injury prone. So 2 reasons. 1, because of the extra plays, we need young guys to contribute, and 2, they're coming out of high school more prepared now than they ever have been before. The high school football in the state of Oklahoma is better, and the high school football in Texas is obviously good. And so those guys are coming out ready to play. So because of that, more people or more players are competing as a freshman. And to add to that, if they're really good, you're only going to have them here 3 years anyway. So you might as well get your time out of them.
On paper, you've got Josh Cooper as your punt return guy. Is that the direction you decided to go with the veteran guy ahead of?
Yeah, we could, based on the situation, I would say there's a good chance that Josh will be the first guy to go out. But Chelf is the guy that's caught punts, and Broderick's caught punts, and Josh Stewart's going to return at some point during the year, whether it's the first punt or first game or second game. But at some point, he'll be back there catching punts and get a chance to see what he can do.
There was a period of 27 years where Oklahoma State opened on the road 15 times. It had just this weird tendency to open on the road. And I know it drove Les crazy. He opened every game. Every opener he had was on the road. And Simmons had it, Pat had it. Did you express to the administration, let's stop doing that? Or has it just evolved? Because this is the first time you had great home openers since January.
4, 5, 6 years ago, we sat down and had meetings and scheduling and come to the conclusion of what we thought was best for Oklahoma State. Thursday night games, home, away, who you wanted to play, different things like that. And so we sat down and had a good meeting, bipartisan, I guess, for lack of a better term. Everybody sat down and we came to a conclusion and figured out this is what was best. And I think we all agreed that we want to play 7 home games, and we certainly want to open the season here for the fans, for season ticket sales, for the excitement, for the people in the community, the vendors. And so those discussions have taken place, but it's not always guaranteed because of what's out there, of what schools are paying teams to play games now. It's pretty easy to go play a road game and get $800,000-$900,000. So because of that, you're not going to get as many 2-for-1s as what you could get in the past. So you're not going to always be able to have 7 home games and open at home. But for the most part, it's better for your football program, it's better for the school, and the excitement if you can open at home.
Sure, I mean, because Oklahoma State was opening at places like Northern Illinois,
Mm-hmm.
Lafayette one year. Especially if you're going with a young team in a game like that and you get beat, I would think it's
well, it's difficult, and it doesn't make it as much fun in preparation, and it takes some of the excitement and the luster out of starting the season. That may have been Dave Martin's fault. Very well could have been Dave Martin's fault. So.
Can you talk about Alex Elkins and Castleman and what they did to break into the starting lineup with 2D?
Well, Alex obviously is different because he's more mature and older, and when we signed him, we felt like that he could come in and rotate right away and give us some physical ability and some maturity and some strength, and he's done that. He's had a nice camp. Castleman is further ahead than what most freshmen would be. Not only physically but mentally, and we signed him at 260-ish, 65-ish, and he's 97 now, so he's already 30 pounds bigger, and so it's happened a lot faster for him. Sometimes that kind of happens that way, and sometimes it doesn't. But he's shown some signs of being pretty tough mentally. Those guys that have to contribute as a freshman, if they can make it through camp and stay healthy and learn to kind of fight through it, then they'll have a chance to play, because practice is starting next week through the remainder of the season considerably different and cut back and less physical contact from what they've gone through the last 3 weeks.
So when you decided to cut back on how physical your preseason camp was going to be,
Mhm.
was it obviously you wanted to keep guys healthy and you accomplished that. Healthiest camp you probably ever had. But do you think they go into next week really game ready for contact from a ball security standpoint or tackling?
Well, we hope, and those discussions have all taken place, and that's one of the things that keeps me up at night, I guarantee you. So we just weighed the options, and I mean, I'll be honest with you, Bill, because I like you. When you start a season and you practice basically Tuesday, Wednesday, and you have shorts on Thursday, there is no scrimmaging. So why do it 1 week before the season? I mean, other than it's gone on forever. And we could be wrong. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't tackle very well. I don't know. But my thought process was, you're 10 days out from playing the first game. If you were 10 days out from playing the fourth game of the year, you wouldn't be out there. And I believe that the game is more physical now than it ever has been. Guys like Markel Martin that are playing safety, they didn't look like that when I was playing. He's 212 pounds and is a 380-pound bencher, and when he hits you running 4.5 now, it's like getting hit by a truck. And so I just didn't want to see that in the scrimmage. And I hope that the decision we made as a coaching staff was good, was to keep everybody up and running full speed, keep them healthy, keep them fresh, and hope that there's enough maturity on our team that they can go play hard in the first game. Now, there's a lot of veteran ball coaches, and there's probably one that I played for that could be listening to me right now saying I'm crazy. And I'm not so sure I don't agree with him at times. But that's just the decision that we made 2 weeks ago.
Have you decided on a uniform combination for freshman year?
Yes. And I don't know what they are. But I do know they decided on them. And honestly, I don't know what they picked.
Who decided?
We got a group of guys together, some veteran players, and honestly, I don't know who they were either. Our equipment staff put together several scenarios, like 15 or 20 of them, and we got, I know Whedon was on there, I think Markel was on there, and I think there may have been 4, 6, 7 guys, and they decided which ones they wanted to wear, and I said, that's perfect, that's good. So, good? All right, thanks.